Hello, welcome back to The Scene. Today we're talking about migration from South India to New South Wales, Australia. Are you tired of living in India? Are you ready to look for a better place to live, better education, better nutrition, better sanitation, and of course, better rights as a woman? Well, if you said yes to any of these questions, then you should consider migrating to New South Wales, Australia.
There are so many reasons why you should consider leaving India. First of all, it is way populated with 1.2 billion people, not to mention the population is growing at a 1.3% rate per year.
Also, in India, there is only a 63% literacy rate, while in Australia, there's a 99% literacy rate.
India has the highest percentage of children under 5 years that are underweight, at 43.5%, while Australia is only at 0.2%. Australia's population is a lot more nourished than India.
43.5%? Wow!
Additionally, Australia is much more sanitized than India. In India, the access to sanitation is at 72%, while Australia's access to sanitation is 100%.
Go Australia, keeping your families clean.
In India, 29% of the women population work and it continues to decline. Whereas in Australia, 65% are employed.
Wowza, you go, sisters.
Cut to other person.
Now let's cut to Sarah in South India. Hello, Sarah.
So we went to India to ask women how they would consider moving to Australia. Our first interviewee is a woman named Nipa, who is currently the mother to 8 kids and soon 9 with a loving husband named Pujit. Hola Nipa, hola Pujit.
Hello.
How would you describe the life of an Indian woman?
Since I have 8 children, I can't go out and live my dreams because I have to stay home and take care of them.
Why do you have so many children?
Birth control access is the main reason, and because of my lack in education.
Interesting.
No education as a woman is very difficult because it's difficult to find a job because men tend to rule the workforce.
It is true. There are more men than women, both in work and in general. The sex ratio is 108 men per 100 women living in India. On a different note, are you scared to have your new baby?
Yes, I am. I'm scared for both me and my child because of the poor health care.
The infant mortality rate is 57.92 infant deaths per 1,000. Are you worried about life expectancy?
I'm also scared that I might not live long enough because generally in India people don't live very long.
You're right. The life expectancy is 67 in India, which is very low. Hey, have you ever considered moving somewhere else?
No, I haven't. Where do you think I should go?
New South Wales, Australia, of course.
But I don't know how I could afford it. Also, I have my family to look after and everything.
But you have to think about your current family as well. There's better sanitation in Australia, as well as better nutrition, and they will get a better education.
Will I be promised to get a job?
Yes, the dependency ratio in India is 53%, meaning that those younger than age 15 and those over the age of 64 outweigh the working class. But the dependence ratio in Australia is 49%, meaning that those younger than age 15 and those over the age of 64 do not outweigh the working class, giving you a greater chance of a job.
Wow, I never even realized that. You know what? I'm gonna go home and talk to my husband about it. We'll consider it.
That is so wonderful to hear. Now, let's get back to seeing TV.
Thank you, Sarah. You can see that India is far worse off than Australia.
Just comparing the life expectancy, for example, between the two countries, Australia has a life expectancy of 82 years, 15 years higher than India's.
It would be a wise decision for Nipa to migrate because India has a net out-migration of 0.05 people per 1,000, while Australia has a net in-migration of 5.83. This means that a lot of people leave India and a lot migrate to Australia.
Since Nipa decided to do this out of her own goodwill, this would be considered voluntary migration.
Now let's cut to Sarah, who is with another woman living in India. Hello, Sarah.
Thanks, Aaron. I'm here with Sakina, an unmarried Indian woman who's considering living somewhere else than her home country. Sakina, what are your concerns about living in this country?
I'm worried that there are too many people living in such a small amount of land.
You make a good point. After all, India has an arithmetic density of 411 persons per square kilometer and a physiological density of 1,594 persons per square kilometer.
I want to live in a land where people have more space. Some of my relatives live in New South Wales, and I can picture myself living there too.
You seem very sure that you are moving to Australia, New South Wales, Australia, of course, and I am very supportive of the idea. Thanks for joining me, Sakina. Back to you, Aaron.
Thank you, Sarah.
As you can see, Sakina's situation is similar to Nipa's.
Australia is a much better place to live than India because it's in a stage 4 of the demographic transitions, while India is only in a stage 2.
India is in stage 2 because there are more kids than the working class adults. Also, there's a lower life expectancy, which causes there to be a less amount of elder.
While Australia is in stage 4 because the population between children and elders and the working class is more balanced.
Nipa and Sakina decided to move to New South Wales.
After 5 months, we checked back in on them and how they were doing in New South Wales.
Let's go back to Sarah.
We are live in New South Wales with Nipa and Sakina. So, Nipa, how have you liked living in New South Wales?
Life here in Australia is great. Me and my husband both got a job within the first 2 weeks of arriving here, and now we can support our family. And my child was born a month ago, and she is in great health. All of my children are in school and well educated now, and I'm so happy I moved here to New South Wales, Australia.
That is so wonderful to hear. How about you, Sakina?
I've transitioned very well into Australia. I've joined my family, and I have the freedom to marry whoever I want now. I'm very happy I made this decision to move to New South Wales, Australia.
As you can see, the women who have migrated from India to New South Wales have started a better life and are very, very happy, and we encourage you to do the same.